Hello everyone, this is Saul Lopez again, and in this video I want to talk about the value of the pieces in chess. This is very important for you to learn, especially if you're a beginner, because this will let you know when to trade. It will help you to know when it is worth it to trade a piece for another piece. Okay, so we're gonna start with the kings. Of course, they don't have value because they're unvaluable, right? If you lose your king, you lose the game. So we don't give a value to kings, but we do give value to pawns. Okay, so sorry about that. So when we exchange pawns, we are exchanging 1 point for another point. Okay, so the value of the pawns is 1 point. Okay, so in this case they're all the same, 2 points for black, 2 points for white. Okay, so if we add a knight and a bishop, right, their value is about 3 pawns or 3 points. Okay, this means that if white takes this pawn, white is giving up 3 points for a 1 point, right, for a pawn. So this one takes, and now black has 3 points plus 1 is 4, and white only has 2 points, so it wouldn't be worth it, right? Okay, so now we continue with the rooks. Okay, and let me tell you something about the value of the pieces before we go to the rooks. This value is relative. Okay, it's relative to the position. For example, if black has its king right here, okay, and there's 2 pawns right here, and let's say black has a knight here, right, and this bishop is all the way down here, and black by some pawns. Okay, and let's say white has a queen here, and black has a queen here. Okay, so in this case, this knight is more valuable than the bishop because it is attacking, right, and it can come back and defend if white wants it to come back and defend. Okay, and in this case, see, this knight is helping white to threat checkmate, right? So there is a threat right there of checkmate, right? So in this case, this knight would be more valuable than this bishop right here. It is like if white was playing with an extra piece, because this piece is doing nothing. Of course, that if white gets to exchange these pawns right here, then this bishop becomes active, and now it is a problem for white, right? But it's still down here, it still has to take a couple moves to be able to do something like check right here. See? So now the situation changes, right? Okay, so we're gonna be talking more about those things in the future, but for now, just keep in mind that this is relative. Okay, so now let's go with the rooks. The rooks are worth 5 points or 5 pawns, right? And of course it would be silly for black. For example, if this was here and this rook was here, it would be silly for black to exchange this rook right here, right? Because it would be losing 5 points for 3 points. Okay, even though this this knight is kind of very active, right? But it would be silly because we're not worried. We do not worry about this checkmate right here, because we use that position just as a suppose, right? But let's say the queen was here, or let's put it here. Yeah, let's put it here. Okay, so then it would be silly for black to trade, because that rook for the knight, it would be better to trade the rook for the rook, which would be the same amount of points, right? Okay, perfect. Now we talk about the queens. They are worth 9 points each. Okay, so equivalent to 9 pawns. Okay, so let's say white goes here, and this queen is right here, and exchanges check, right, and check, right. In this case, see, it would be a little bit better for black, because it has 9, 10, 12, 14 points against 11 points for white, and this is a winning position for white. Okay, even though, I mean for black, I'm sorry, even though white has 2 major pieces against 1, but this white should win this pretty easy. So make sure you take into account the value of the pieces whenever you are exchanging pieces, but there are situations where it is worth it to exchange a greater value piece for a lower value piece. Okay, and for example, this is something I forgot to mention. I don't know if I did, but in case I didn't, I don't think I did. So I forgot to mention this in the other video when I was talking about castling. And the problem with castling is that you put your king behind the pawns, and if there is rooks around, see, they can checkmate right away in the next move, right? So in this position, whoever's move it is, it will checkmate white, because white moves check, right, and the king cannot move anywhere, right? Black can block, but then it would be checkmate, right? And on the other side, black, if it's black to move, then this would be checkmate, right? Okay, so but let's say that this rook is right here, and this queen is right here instead of the rook, and this rook is behind the queen, and the queen for black is, let's say, not there because it can be taken by the pawn, but let's say it's here, it's here, it's let's put it here, let's put it there. Okay, so in this case, white can sacrifice its queen, and it's usually a sacrifice is when we give a piece in order to accomplish something that we consider to be better for us, a better position, for example, or a checkmate. But we have to calculate very, very well in order for us to make a sacrifice. Why? Because let's say this rook this queen was over here, for example. See, if black sacrifice, if white sacrifices right now, check, then the rook can take, and then check again. Now the queen can go here, so we haven't accomplished anything, right? And sometimes we can lose the piece that we have sacrificed and accomplish nothing. Okay, so but in this case we can go ahead and sacrifice the queen 9 points for 5 points in exchange for a checkmate, right? Because the queen cannot cover anymore, right? And the king cannot move anywhere. So this is called the back rank mate. And always make sure you are aware of this. Whenever there is a threat of a back rank mate, make sure you give your king some space so it can move forward. Okay, you can move either one of these guys so the king can move. Okay, but generally we don't want to move these pawns, especially in the opening. We don't want to move these pawns. We only move in if we have to, or if we know we're gonna get a great advantage. And we're gonna be talking about more sacrifices in the future, but for now just keep in mind that if you sacrifice something, a greater piece for a lower rated piece, make sure you are going to get an advantage. Okay, so this was a really short video. I just wanted you to learn the value of the pieces and a little bit about sacrifice. And as always, please subscribe to my channel so you can keep getting information about these videos that I'm doing. And I hope you did like it, and let me know what you think. Thank you very much. Bye bye.